Dreamers Welcome Podcast.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast. We back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. I go by CEO PESO, blessed and highly favored, live from Moves Media. Have some illustrious guests in the building right now. We got a serious topic going on. Cool topic. You know, we're going to be organic and transparent. Have some divine people in here. I would like for y'all to introduce yourself, please.
So my name is Kimberly Moore. I'm actually a CDCA, Chemical Dependency Counselor.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That was hype. And you, sir?
Oh, sorry.
You got it.
I'm Toby Deck. I'm a licensed independent chemical dependency counselor. That's a whole lot of shit to say.
I better say, y'all saying that shit mad fast.
That's a fucking mouthful.
So can we say it slowly one more time?
Sure.
What is it?
Licensed independent chemical dependency counselor.
Chemical dependency counselor. Yeah. And you said it, you just abbreviated CDC.
Yeah.
CDCA.
I'm just a chemical dependency counselor. I'm not that cool.
Yeah.
Well, y'all cool. Cool enough, though. But yeah, y'all saying that mad fast, though. All right, so real quick, I appreciate y'all coming on the platform, by the way. Just to dive in real quick, explain what the CDC is.
So chemical dependency counselor assistant, drug and alcohol counselor.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, kind of the idea for me is like, people want to think like this shit is serious. You know, it could be life or death, but it's also fun. So, you know,
fun and what, like helping people out?
So, okay.
Helping
Yeah.
people out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Helping people out. And like people think like, you know,
that.
yeah. So people think like, you know, if I can't get high anymore, I'm gonna be bored as fuck. Well, that's just not the reality of it.
Yeah.
Like I'm dumb. I do some dumb shit. I have fun. But I don't
it's
get high
not
anymore.
just like, I mean, well, alcohol is a drug, but it's like drugs and alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol, yep.
Yeah. I actually got a friend right now, no names,
No.
but he actually has to do 6 months on the ankle monitor for drinking. And then when you said like, man, it's just boring. And I'm like, nigga, you can go work out or hit river skate, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I get it though, like just that was his life.
Yeah.
You know, God slowed him down a little bit, but it's like, bro, like 6 months is not that bad. Like you might.
It's not that bad.
But a lot of people think that, you know, I can't have fun anymore if I'm not drinking or smoking or doing
I feel like that at
whatever,
one
you know
point.
what I mean?
Like, yeah.
And a lot of times when people get put on the ankle monitor or they have to come into counseling and do treatment and shit, it's like they think they're going to be like it's going to be serious and it's going to be boring. However, I make shit dumb and fun. And like we are like an unlikely pair. We started working together like 2.5 years ago. And when I walked down the hallway and they told me that Toby was going to be training me, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I got to work with this dude.
Yeah.
You know? And
She was like that from day one.
yeah.
Just right off the rip, like,
Absolutely.
look at this guy. Like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. But
they're the blessing in disguise. Like,
Yeah,
best,
'cause then-
best partner.
yeah, so when like we were sitting in the assessment together, the first one, and he accidentally said "fuck," I was like, "Thank God." Shit.
Accidental cuss words
Yeah,
slipped out.
yeah. And then it was just like, yeah, I don't know. It was a
Goodbye.
very, very unlikely pair.
Yeah.
So do you think that well, just even with her characteristic,
Yes.
Thanks.
did it make it easier and more fun to get it done rather than like, you know, it probably felt like just going into it like you already got to deal with like sober people and getting them situated. So when y'all found a dynamic, it just made it more easier for y'all to like apply that to, you know, with the help.
Makes
Absolutely.
it more accessible for everyone to
Absolutely.
feel comfortable in a setting with this, because giving up something in life that you've been doing since some people since they're about fucking 5 years old.
Yeah.
You know, you have to give something up like that your whole life. It's
God damn, 5.
It can be
5,
uncomfortable.
6,
Shit.
yeah, people
Yeah,
start
the shit
drinking
we come
over here.
across.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so what is one of the deepest addiction stories that y'all have that has came across y'all pathway?
So I had a female, and she was sold. Her mom sold her at the age of 5. You know, and then that's when they go through shit like that. You know, they would give them heroin, like she was given heroin, and she got addicted at an early age because it would kind of put him out a little bit.
Hold on.
like sex trafficking kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
Wait, the mother was giving her kid heroin just to
No, she would actually sell them.
sell
her
her
daughter.
for heroin.
Yeah, they would give them her heroin so they could do whatever they wanted with her.
Holy
kind of thing.
shit!
Yeah.
Yo.
Shit gets dark out there, you know?
Those streets are nasty.
That just gave me chills.
Those streets are nasty. I mean, if you're not in it, you don't know about it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I never went through any shit like that. I was kind of sheltered growing up, but I ended up, a heroin addict. I've been in recovery for 7.5 years now, but I've seen some shit out there. I mean, those streets are dirty.
Well, congrats on the sobriety. I seen you in my notes. You did 7.5 years sober. So before we get into that, well, I mean, I guess that all ties in though. So is that separate question for both of y'all? But is that what made you get into helping other people out with sobriety?
Yeah,
because you actually overcame it.
Yeah. So I had a counselor the last time I got arrested, and when I got out of jail, I went back to a recovery center, and she was cool. She was in recovery, and I was like, fuck, I want to do this. Yeah. She's the reason that I got out of it, and I kind of wanted to be that for people,
Yeah. What about you, sir?
Well, originally I started studying because I had a lot of family who had issues, and then I eventually ended up, on pills myself. I had some issues with, I've had 80 plus kidney stones. I can't even tell you how many it is at this point. I just make them all the time. So I thought I was, going to avoid this whole thing, because it was alcohol, meth, all that kind of shit out there. And then I ended up on pain pills. So I'm like, I want to help other people. So it's not, going to kill them. It's not going to take them out. Not going to put them in these kind of situations. So the idea is, so we're going to give back. We've found something that works. We're still dumb, but it's
yeah, I kill him.
we still make shit weird.
Yeah,
but we could still help.
This podcast is weird. Nah.
I know. I'm like,
particular probably, but
yeah,
nah. Yeah. But so basically, so y'all both just come from a slight background of either family or dealing with yourselves, and then y'all just had the epiphany moment of like, all right, want to like spread this on to help people.
Right?
Yeah. So have y'all had to cancel like own family members at some point, or how does that work?
Oh yeah, I've had to shut family out. They tell you to love them from a distance.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had cousins, my niece, my nephew. Hell yeah.
God,
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
That makes sense. Okay, so we covered the 7.5 years sobriety. So just asking you personally, how did you even get involved or introduced to drugs and alcohol or whatnot? Like
a shitty relationship. I got hooked on.
Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. I've been trying to blame him for years. However, when I got into recovery, I realized, I could have left the situation, but I chose to stay. So I am also a dumbass. That does not take away from the fact that he is a dumbass. But yeah, so it just started with Percocets. We started eating pills and drinking, going out clubbing every night. And then we had gotten a fight, and he took off, and I had woke up sick as fuck. And I had no idea why I was sick. Like, I didn't know what it was. And I called a friend, and so this motherfucker, like, I've known him my whole life, and he's like, he knew what it was. So he's like, I'll be there in a minute. So he come over, and he lays this line out on the table, and he's like, just do this, you'll feel better. Me not thinking, because I'm sick, he's telling me I'll feel better. I did it, and I felt better. But that was when my fucking roller coaster with heroin started.
So was it like a withdrawal?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
that's what it's
withdrawing. I was withdrawing, but I didn't know what it was.
Have y'all seen, I mean, that's not funny. Y'all seen the movie Flight with Denzel?
No.
So
I've heard of that though. Yeah.
Yeah, like he got alcoholic. He got faded the night before his court date. The next morning he was fucking out of it. Some nigga came through with coke. They did like 10 minutes. He was pimp walking through that motherfucking courtroom.
Yeah.
Like he got up at it though.
Yeah, it's one of them. It changes everything.
Damn.
That's what with a lot of people though. They're like, I'm going to start doing meth to get off of heroin. And then that
substitute
works for a
one
while,
from
and then-
another.
Yeah.
But then it's like when you
here's the problem.
Yeah, that's dumb.
It is.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
people do it.
there's no fucking logic in it.
Street medications. Street farmers say, here, try this instead. Like, cool. And then it's
Now I'm a fucking meth head.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't that deep with it, but I'll be like, I ain't drinking liquor, but I'll get some wine. Still doesn't fucking make any goddamn fucking difference, though. Man, so, okay, so y'all been, I think, y'all been doing this for like 3 years now?
Together, we're about 3 years.
Yeah, going on 3 years. I have been dealing with his ass.
You.
I mean, y'all dumb. Nah.
Dumb as fuck. For real.
Nah,
But-
so I seen y'all organize these groups. Okay, because companion of ours, he said he was introduced y'all. He had to go to one of y'all classes, something like that. We're not gonna name drop, but shouts out to him.
He's so happy about it.
But so how do y'all go about? How did y'all even go about like structuring, organizing the group? Like you got to like go within the city, or like what guidelines is it to be able to be qualified to do that?
Well, we work for an organization. We're not going to talk about them.
Yeah.
But yes, so we work for someplace, and we do. There's a couple levels of care that are involved. Like we do intensive outpatient and outpatient. So it kind of depends on what is involved there and what kind of diagnosis the person meets as to what level of care they fall under. But yeah, the organization of the group is. Kim doesn't have any organization. Shows coming.
I'm a fucking train wreck.
Fly off the
bro.
seat
I
of
just
her
walk
pants.
in like I have no idea.
Drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I like her charisma, man.
Yeah. He's got like shit like typed out from the minute go, and I'm over here like a whole fucking mess.
Just
Yeah.
deal with it as it comes.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you gonna do for group tonight? They're like, I have no idea.
I'll be walking into group. Group is at 6 o'clock. 5:56. He'd be like, "What are you doing for group?" I have no fucking idea, but we're gonna do it.
Hey, so y'all didn't mind me being late today. Just,
Hell no. I'm a mess.
that's good.
I'll be cruising in there. I have no idea.
Yeah. So what y'all? All right. So what's the breakdown of like what y'all get like a report or paperwork on them, and then that's why y'all try to like analyze like what to put them through or.
Well, we do assessments too. Like we will assess the person.
Explain the assessment. How does that? I'm just trying to get a dynamic so everybody knows how this go.
So it goes over a lot of aspects of your life, just kind of like everything from like family connections to,
sound like some shit they lie about.
Well, they
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Yeah,
like,
they be lying all day.
damn.
But
I mean, and sometimes we'll be looking at them like, you motherfucker.
you full of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and then how your connections are with your family, that kind of stuff too. Like what addictions are in families, all these kind of things. Sometimes it just leads up to more information than what they're actually putting out there. You know what I mean? Because if you start talking about, my dad's smoked crack all my life, like, okay, I mean that makes sense. Maybe why you're smoking crack right now. Yeah. I mean, it's not always the truth. It's not always the thing, but.
So y'all would say y'all pretty good at like just like seeing through the bullshit of like.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you get used to it, and then it's like you're like, okay, do I call this motherfucker on their bullshit, or do I just let it slide?
So I was gonna get into that. So, like, does it sometimes feel like a waste of time? Like these motherfuckers come in here and they like.
Yeah,
let me just get the shit out the way type shit.
Right, just because somebody made me do it. Like, probation said I gotta go do this assessment, so I'm gonna go up there. And
because how long is it? Like, how long is the duration of like somebody would?
So it depends. It depends on their level of care. They come in there at intensive outpatient. That typically would be like a 6-month program
altogether. Yeah.
Yeah, but they come in non-intensive, then it's about 3 months if they're compliant. They got to do their shit. They got to put the work in. But I don't think there's ever a point where you're going to give up on somebody or not try, because if they don't want to be there and they have a problem at that point, all you can hope for is that you plant the fucking seed.
Right.
And that's this idea. And that's the thing we was talking about when we first got in here. Like, people think this shit is boring. I'm used to drinking. I'm used to eating pills. I'm used to clubbing. I'm used to just getting hit every night and partying. So then when I can't do that anymore, who do I hang out with?
Right.
I don't have any friends. I don't fucking know anybody. Everybody's boring. You guys aren't going out and partying anymore. No, but I'm still a train wreck. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm still a mess. I can still have fun. But at this point, I'm a homeowner. So I can have fun at my house. You know what I mean? I have a vehicle that's got tread on the tires. I'm driving around. I paid my car off. It's just it's a different dynamic. Mm-hmm. And it's just the idea is just like your life is not over just because you can't get high.
Nah, dead ass. I keep referencing my friend, and I'm a victim to it too. At some point, I got a situation I'm dealing with, and when I slowed down on my drinking, because it just came with my lifestyle of me working, and like I came from music videos. It was a point of like, man, this shit sucks. Like. Mm-hmm. Everybody going around and getting enticed off, lemon drops and shit. And I'm like, man, fuck y'all. But so I say that to say, I mean, that was my blessing in disguise though. So I Did you say you had a background of using?
Yeah. I never went as far as like, heroin, fentanyl kind of thing. I didn't go past the pills, but pills were enough. It was, about ruined my marriage, at times.
Yeah. So did y'all see this? I mean, it's a weird way to ask it, but was it a blessing in disguise? Like just for this to happen for y'all to like you said, homeowner and everything? Like did it?
Yeah, absolutely. I was a needle junkie for years.
Okay.
So, the last time I got arrested, of course, while I'm getting arrested and I'm like, fuck this detective, like you're a piece of shit. And I hated the dude. And then when I got out of jail, while I was in there, I was like, I'm 36 years old. First of all, these fucking racks are too hard for my old ass bones. So I can't be going to jail anymore. So it's like, I got to get some kind of help. Like I can't, I was in there and this 50-some-year-old lady comes in and she's a crackhead. And I'm like, fuck, I can't be that. I'm getting old. I can't be that. When you wake up on a jail rack at 36 years old and it takes you 10 minutes to stand up because your bones are old as fuck and you can't get out of bed, you got to be done.
Wake up call.
Yeah. So, yeah. And it obviously took a little while to get shit together. I was, 3 years when I decided to get state licensed. I worked in a recovery home as a recovery coordinator, so you didn't have to be state licensed for that, but that was my introduction to working in the field. And then my first job as a CDCA was my trainer, and I was like, oh, this is about to suck ass.
Yo, that'd be the best shit though. It's like, damn, this shit better be whack. And it's like, oh, he actually cool as fuck.
Dude, I've never had
and it took him to cuss once for you to be like,
yeah. All he had to do was say fuck, and I was like, oh, this is my people.
I play straight when the boss is around.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
You got to do that though. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, and that's what everybody that walks in, they just think it's like the most unlikely pair. But once we get going into a group together, everybody pays attention. People stay. Our clients stay longer than most. Everybody wants to come into our night group, and it's just because we have fun.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to make it fun for people to want to come back.
And I was gonna ask that too, like, and you just answered it, but just elaborate on it more. So y'all do actually have built connections with people that wants to choose to be around y'all way more.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it feels good to know that you're making an impact on people's lives.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you get to go home every day knowing that you impacted somebody positively that day.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, a lot of people don't understand the validation of that, which, we living in a selfish society at this point.
Absolutely.
But, I get satisfaction from that. Like I said, my background is, I shoot music videos or, weddings, whatever. It's just to take an idea and make somebody happy for them to visually see it. That's my satisfaction, though. Oh, yeah. So I can just imagine simple
life changes. Let's say somebody living in their car. Well, they came from a whole thing of, being in the system as a kid and then living in their car. And now this dude has been clean for 5 years.
Yeah, he's
got a house. He's got his family back together. Like, shit changing. It was feel really good. I would get to be a part of that to help this dude to, do some better shit. Not saying that he, I did everything or anything, but I was there to be a part of this program.
They put the work in. Right. You just be there to support them.
Yeah, and the support system is just equivalent as putting the work in.
Yeah, and it's, you can have family support. That's cool. When you see somebody that's gone through what you've gone through, and that's the important thing about like NA and AA programs, like you see people that have gone through what you've gone through, and now they've got like the shit, that you want. And it's not even only material things. It's like, you get to see people laugh again. Like, when
relationships, build those relationships back. Yeah. Like, I can go see my family. I'm not, trying to.
They're not locking the door because they think I'm going to steal their shit. Like I got a house key now,
Oh, yeah. And that's the crazy thing. It's like, it's just like, I had a uncle, well, he's still alive, but he was on crack, and it's just one of them things. Like, my grandmother, his mom, it's like once a junkie, always a junkie. So it's hard to kind of get out of that. Yeah. That light of like, damn, like like you said, you got a house key now. It's hard to get out of that shit. I want to ask y'all too. So what's the What's the hardest thing of gaining sobriety? Like, what's the hardest thing that you got to overcome to keep it going? Because it's accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol,
Yeah.
no one's going to look at you sideways if you go and buy a 6-pack. I mean, someone's going to look at you sideways probably if you're out there buying dope on the street. But I mean, like, somebody at the bar or whatever is drinking, they're not going to look at you until you get a
especially
DUI or
Coke,
something.
Coke is so recreational now. Like, it's like how black people smoke weed. Well, everybody smoke weed. But
Yeah.
like, my friend put me on that. Like, you just do some Coke and take some shots. I'm like, that shit that regular? But
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And it's like, you start to get drunk and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to go to the city because I know I can go get some powder and I can sober up real quick. Yeah, so, I mean, it is hard. So that is why, people be like, okay, but I'm still going to drink. Sure. But once you start getting buzzed, are you going to want to go get high so you can sober up type shit? Like, is this going to lead to that?
that's a whole nother algorithm. So, in a sense, Coke in the meaning of it. I don't know if we got to blur this out, but whatever. But so that's a mechanism to like go and like straighten up. Which you said it though, like your mans came through, got you together. Yeah. That's fucking crazy. So Coke is an upper.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. I'm learning
That's a
as I'm
stimulant.
talking. So,
But it's just a lot
Yeah,
of
it's a
street
stimulant.
pharmacy. People think like, I'm going to speedball, I'm going to do one another, try to balance the shit out.
Come up from one and come down from the other. It's a
But-
fucking mess out there, bro.
Right, but also we're nobody knows how it's really going to affect you. That's how people die,
Yeah.
And that
Fucking
a lot of
heart
this
explodes.
shit is fentanyl. Like you think you're getting meth or coke and it's fentanyl. I had somebody got coke and it was pure fentanyl.
Yeah.
Both of them. It was a couple. Both of them died. Luckily,
Yeah,
they
I
called
had
it.
I had a few people pass from fentanyl, whether it was usage or just mixing it, which is like
Right.
it's so that shit's
I mean,
so potent.
it looks the same.
Yeah.
Now it looks the same. So you go and you're buying Coke and you get straight fentanyl, but you don't fucking know. I mean, it looks the same.
And it's
It-
cheap.
that-
That's the thing. They'll put it in there whatever because they think it's more addictive and it's cheaper than whatever. So and that's what's scary about it.
It's crazy that people are choosing to sell stuff to where even they putting their life on the line, mixing it for one.
Oh yeah.
But then two, like that, has that ever when y'all was in before y'all sobriety, like that was never a thought of like they might be selling me something crazy because that's why I don't smoke, because I just don't understand how you can be in another city and somebody be like, yo, I got fire or whatever. I don't know if that shit laced, but I do know if that seal ain't open on that liquor bottle, it's the same shit in there. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
No, so I mean, and that's what's fucked up about the streets. That's what's fucked up when you're like in addiction, because somebody be fucking over here overdosing blue. And I'm like, okay, I need that. Like, where'd they get that shit? That's what I want to find.
God
it's
damn.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Somebody be over here fucking ODing on the floor, and I'm gonna look in their pockets, see if they got any left. Because that's the shit
you
I
done
want.
that?
Absolutely.
So just like, hold on, it's not funny. It's just like
It's
a
fucked
fucking
up.
But it's
crazy.
not just her.
It's
That's a
fucked
whole.
up.
That's
I
a
know.
whole
So it's just like, damn,
culture thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
that shit hitting them. I need what they got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know that I can just do less, but I can get a higher.
Yeah, I can try to justify it.
Like,
if I
yeah, I
just
ain't
do it.
gonna
if I
go
just
as
do it.
crazy as they went.
Yeah.
But I can get higher because that shit's killing them, so it's good shit.
Yeah.
And we see that all the time. People do that. It doesn't make a lick of sense. It's killing this guy. But
It doesn't make any sense now. It made a lot of sense then.
Yeah. I mean, now,
guess.
shit's fucking crazier now.
Well, if I knew now what I knew back then, like pills have seemed safe. Everybody's got pills that come from a pharmacy, whatever. But pill presses out there. People have pill presses. They look professional.
Yeah.
They
These
can make
motherfuckers
Xanax.
got, like you said,
And
street
it's
pharmacists.
straight fentanyl.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They got some shit.
Yeah, and it's like perk 30s,
It looks just
pure
like it.
fentanyl. But if somebody goes out on the streets and they're looking for some perk 30, you might as well just be like, I need some fentanyl. You're just saying I
It's
need
not
a perk
safe.
30
Yeah, yeah.
just so you're not, sounds better.
I heard they got
Sounds
some new
safe.
shit now. What fentanyl is? Elephant tranquilizer or something.
It's
Xylazine.
xylazine. Yeah.
Now
So
they got some like horse tranquilizer shit that they mix. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
some.
but xylazine is
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
resist Narcan. So
Yeah.
people are like dying and they can't
Resist
bring it back.
Narcan.
Yeah.
yeah, Narcan don't work on it
Yeah,
because it's
that's.
yeah.
scary out there.
Sick, man. This worse than Breaking Bad. This shit crazy.
It's some fucking
Like,
Breaking
dead ass,
Bad.
though.
That was some. That was
was wild.
I just watched that Breaking Bad not too long
But
ago.
it's tame compared to what's
Have you seen
really
Better
going
Call
on.
Saul yet?
So what?
Better Call Saul. It's
No.
after Breaking Bad. It's
That's
the lawyer.
attorney, yeah.
Oh man, that's a good ass show. Yeah,
Alright,
it's just some wild shit.
That's gonna be
But that
nice.
shit's lame compared to what does actually happen on the streets. I think that's
Lame. Well, I mean, it was
Yeah.
exaggerated. That shit was crazy.
Even that's
though.
exaggerated, but it's still pretty lame compared to some of the shit we've seen.
It's
Yeah.
fucked up
People
out
have
there.
been through some horrific shit.
So, do y'all have like a lot of reoccurring people that come?
We have some people who come back. I mean, this is sometimes the people have been through, 5, 10, 15 different treatment facilities before they get the thing right, or they don't at all, but it's horrible to
And it
see.
typically, like statistically, people don't get it the first time.
Right.
It takes them more than once. Like, because you go through and you justify. Like, okay, I made it through treatment this time. I can go back and use, but I'm not gonna use as much. Or I'm just gonna drink and I'm not gonna do coke. Or I'm just gonna do coke, but I'm not gonna do meth. And then they realize, like, it takes people a while to understand it's not the substance, it's the person.
Right,
I'm
or
a
the
fucking
deeper
drug
shit.
addict.
Or the deeper shit that's behind it. That's
Yeah.
why I'm really doing this shit. For a lot of people, like, for me it was I had a really fucked up childhood. I have some PTSD and I didn't really realize what I was trying to do. Got some mental health counseling and kind of helped me straighten my shit up to realize why I'm really trying to escape.
Yeah.
That's
What are you
kinda
trying to
some of these are.
mask?
Yeah,
What am I
some-
trying to cover up? What am I running
I don't
from?
want to feel this shit anymore. No.
And I'll be honest too, because y'all being honest. Like my grandmother passed in 2016, and she was like, she raised me. My dad was into my life, so I realized that was kind of like a traumatizing thing, and just not having a father figure.
Yeah.
But they voided it, So when she passed, like shit, the alcohol level went through the roof, and she didn't even pass, like in a regular manner. Like we watched her die for like a year and a half. She went in a diabetic coma. She wasn't even herself. So that's when I was like gun ho. Like I was diapers or Hennessy. It was crazy.
Right.
And that's it. Like, you don't want to feel it. I don't want to face it. I don't want to feel it.
It don't feel like reality at some point with certain things. You know what I mean? Like it was just fucking crazy, man.
But the problem usually is that this shit doesn't really go away. We're numbing it, but then when it comes back around, it's even worse.
Right. I'm a sober up tomorrow, and then I'm gonna have a fucking hangover, and the shit's still there.
And I'm feeling still guilty that I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it again, and then the cycle keeps going. You know what I mean? It gets
Yeah, it's
deeper
just
and deeper.
vicious.
Hey, y'all preaching to the choir.
It's a vicious
It's
cycle.
like it really
Yeah.
be like that. So, I mean, on the drinking level, like I ain't never put nothing in my nose, and I never even understood that shit. But yeah. So okay. So damn, I had another question before I get into this one though. All right. Let me ask this real quick. Sorry, I'm thinking as I'm going.
It's fine.
So when y'all do see people come in there and it's like, my probation officer told me to do this shit, like, how do y'all separate it from it being like, y'all got a passionate way of doing it, but then it's like, man, this is about to be a waste of time.
I never really see it as a waste of time. You know what I mean? I feel like the idea is hopefully we're going to get to them at some point.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have to be told to come to do the thing. Eventually they start choosing it. And that's the hope, is that you're going to see the value of trying to have a different life, a better life.
Yeah.
Whatever got them here, we don't really care. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
Right.
We can't focus on that.
But at the same time, we have had people come in that don't necessarily need 6 months of treatment, but they've got thrown in it. Like, they caught a charge. Some people caught a gun charge. So it's easier for them. Like, attorneys will do it, like, we're going to say you need drug treatment, that you had this gun and it was related to a drug
So
charge.
just add piling up, like,
Save you from getting a worse.
Saves them from getting.
verdict.
so y'all would see it in the sense of like, okay, 6 months, but y'all can actually in front of the person like, this shit don't make no sense. Like,
Or you could do 6 months here, or you could do 5 months in prison, or 5 years in prison.
Yeah, so
So
because
I mean, like,
they'll do.
think about that.
6
We try to
months,
help,
yeah.
that's what we're trying to help say. Like,
Yeah, because they do in lieu, ILC in
Right.
lieu of conviction. You do treatment in lieu of conviction. So you do 6 months of treatment, and this felony is not going to be on you. You're not going to have this guns back.
oh, so in a sense, then it's like you can choose like a 5 years or whatever a felony thing, but if you do the 6 months of
Right,
treatment,
you're like
then
on probation, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and so if we know that they're there, and it's like not everybody that sits in front of us is a full blown drug addict. That's not the case.
That wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, and there are those cases, and in that case, like I mean, a lot of times we just fuck off in there, like we got to get you through this, and then they will start to open up. Like, I mean, I am going through some shit, so we'll talk about maybe if they're going through some relationship shit or family shit or whatever, So they got to be there for 6 months anyways. You might as well.
And they got a group, and they got a group that they can talk to people who start caring about you. So if things are happening in your life, you got other people to listen to you. Sometimes that's all people need.
People, everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
Everybody's going through something.
Yep.
So even if they come in there, they don't necessarily have a drug problem. They just got to get through it. Probation's in them. We're trying to get them through it.
So some people might come in there assholish, but then
my God.
Well, not to say might, but yeah. But then at the end, so it's like an extended summer school down there. Like y'all see each other every day. You got to deal with this motherfucker every day.
Yeah, and I'll tell them straight up. You can come in here, you can sit in front of me, and you can be a dick. That's cool. But I'm gonna be a dick too.
Yeah.
It's pronounced deck.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody calls me a dick, I'm like, it's pronounced deck.
Yeah.
That's my last name is Deck. Like,
I mean, you can be
deck.
you can be
Let them stumped, like
yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
You can be pissed off. That's cool. I don't give a fuck. I'm not making you sit here.
Yeah.
And then, once they know that I don't care, that you're mad at me, I don't give a fuck, I didn't put you here, then they end up, takes them a couple sessions.
I read something like a week or two ago. Y'all should hit them with this shit. Like, you can choose your sins, but you can't choose your consequences.
Yeah.
Sit your ass down. Like,
Sit,
for real.
sit down, yeah.
Throw that shit in their face.
Yeah.
All right, so I see that y'all are working on a podcast y'all about to be doing soon, the Kim and Toby shit show.
Yeah.
That's when we talk about when we have a group like, welcome to the shit show.
It is a shit show. Yeah, because like he's over here, he's trying to keep things in order, and over here like just fucking shit up.
Yeah, y'all the most terrible yin and yang that's making that happen though. So the shit show,
mess,
and then the helpline though. All right, so how y'all gonna tackle that? Like, what's gonna separate y'all podcast from?
So we don't know. We really
Thanks for the honesty. We don't know.
We're debating it a little bit.
Honestly,
right? Yeah.
honestly, we don't know. So this kind of just. So for the past 2.5 years, we are such a fucking mess that our clients are always like, "You guys need to do a podcast. Like this would be fucking a mess, but cool. Y'all need to do a podcast." So we've been hearing it, from our clients for 2.5 years now, and finally we were like, "Fuck it."
But we're gonna reach.
I had nothing to say to like fuck it. Like,
Reach
all right,
people will get out there, and I don't know that we're gonna have like open phone lines or anything like that, but maybe like emails in or something like that, or
like if somebody like
let's do voicemails.
Yeah. About that
if
too.
somebody is really going through something
Anonymous.
it can absolutely be anonymous. I can't even fucking say that. What the hell?
Anonymous.
If somebody is really going through something, they can like shoot us a fucking email or a voicemail or something.
Yeah, y'all speak about it.
Yeah, maybe that's a topic we could talk about.
I think it'd be dope. I mean, this is outside looking in. I think it'd be dope because first off, like, well, you call it like you see it, and you're very chilled and like correct her on some whatever shit, but not like but y'all like tries, but it's like so straightforward. Like it's just like it's the shit that nobody want to hear, but they need to hear it.
Yeah,
I can see it like that. Y'all actually could have a good fucking reality show, but that
I think it's like a Love Line. Remember Love Line back in the 90s?
Yeah.
One guy that was like the straight man, and the other one was like
showing your age.
Yes, I'm pretty old.
Only reason I know that because my grandmother is
Like, yeah, my grandma's looking at that.
That's crazy.
Son of a bitch. I mean,
you could pick no other comparison.
Got a comedian on there, right? But that's kind of the thing. It's like, we talk about some serious shit, but at the same time, we can keep it light and
yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's serious shit. This can be life or death. But the idea is that it can be serious, but you can get through it and still be a shit show, I guess. Like life I get clean, I don't get perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life is
I
still
get clean, I don't get perfect.
Me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of perfect.
Really?
Shit show.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
No.
so I mean, it's just, I guess through the past 2.5 years, almost 3 years working together, the dynamic has changed a lot in there. Like, kind of since we got together, people want to come to group.
Yeah.
People want to come to night group. People switch from morning group to go to night group. You know what I mean? Because our night group people are like, dude, you need to go to night group.
Oh, so okay. So morning group is other people, and then y'all got the night group.
Yeah.
Holy
Usually,
shit.
like, people who are working, those kind of things come to that version
Well, see, and the
of
thing
things.
is we don't have bosses at night.
Yeah, it's like third shift shit. That's why I love third shift jobs at
Say
one point.
whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, there's
Nobody's
no-
there to like, hey.
And then when
Yeah, I
we
dare y'all to go tell on us, bitches. Nah.
Yeah, see,
It's Fight
that's
Club. That's what we're talking about. Like, this
right.
our first rule in night group is Fight Club.
Yeah, don't talk.
Don't talk about it. Yeah, don't talk about
Second
it.
rule is also
Don't talk about
Fight Club.
night group.
So it goes into morning group, starts talking about shit we let them do. I'm like, God damn it.
How long? How long do it be though?
The group,
Yeah.
they're 3 hours.
Oh shit. So y'all
That's
just in there
why,
fucking off and
I am
playing Uno.
So an hour, we're gonna be like, if we do an hour long podcast, we're like, this over quick. Like, what?
Dude, that's 8. Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3-hour group, but if you take out the time that I fucked off and had the whole group trailing off into some dumb shit,
Yeah.
it's probably an hour and a half group.
It's like herding cats sometimes.
Yeah.
Hurting cats.
Yeah, you ever tried to herd a cat? They're all
Like,
I don't even like
Wrangling
saying.
shit cats.
That's what she
What
is.
it's like
She's like,
keeping me in line.
set them free, and then I'm like, those fucking cats
Yeah,
back
go
here.
back here.
Let's talk about this.
So she like, fuck it.
Right, then she'll just take them off into random places, and then I got to try to bring them all back. And,
Yeah.
So it sounded like my man's was in y'all night group. That's how I got connected.
Yes. Yeah.
Nah, I mean not yes, but
That was it. Yeah.
whatever. Nah, I really hope y'all do push forward with the podcast though, because like y'all make shit comfortable. Like I'm here chilling. I was slightly hungover, slightly, and I'm up and at it right now. Like shit,
Yeah.
nah. But I think it is dope though, and I just really respect y'all for like even having I ain't about to get all mushy on y'all motherfuckers, but just having the care to actually like want to help people, because that shit is so far fetched right now. Motherfuckers that actually have like a stability of like they want to help people, and I guess you don't have to go through it to want to help people, but I commend y'all for that though.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty dope though. So what's the future looking like? We got the podcast. What do you call it? Love line.
that was like a cool. We're
just-
kind of like
Line.
it.
That's fucking weird.
The comparison.
My wife like, what do you call a love line? Hanging out with a kid, like,
I'm the work wife.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
his wife is totally cool with it.
It's like
Yeah.
sister wife. No, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Oh hell no! When I see that shit, man, that's the weirdest shit
make shit
ever.
weird.
Lines.
I just make shit weird. People don't expect it. I'm like, what the fuck did he say? Like,
Yeah.
don't expect it to come from me
Dude, all
either.
the time.
No,
But-
but it's it's just gonna be, kind of out there trying to help people, keep some people out there. We might bring some people on who could tell some stories, talk
Yeah,
about
kind
how
of like
they,
how to lead.
Yeah,
how their life has changed, and
Yeah, to get like a different perspective. Like people come in, they've had different experiences. And
I think the wildest shit. I mean, if y'all get the transparency like that from people, but like you said, like the beginning of the conversation, you said somebody got introduced to it at like 5 years old.
yeah,
Man, that's just some crazy shit. Like even if it make your skin crawl, it's like
Yeah.
damn, like people need to be hearing that shit though.
yeah, and that was the worst one for me that I've ever heard was, she was sold. Her mom sold her for dope.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yo, man, back in the day that shit was crazy. Motherfuckers giving up TVs, children, houses, cars.
Yeah,
Man, bro.
Then to see the people who've done this, who've been down these roads, have been really, and then turn their lives around, and then they make something of themselves that's pretty
it's amazing.
fucking huge. It's like,
Yeah,
just glad I was part of the journey,
Yeah.
but maybe assist them through that a little bit.
Yeah.
They're doing the work. We're just there to kind of
guide them.
Yeah, it's not over, pretty much. What Rick James say?
No,
Cocaine a hell of a drug.
Yeah, this
Get through that shit.
This shit is a lifelong process. Just because you get through 6 months of intensive and non-intensive outpatient, that don't mean the shit stops. You know what I mean? Like you got to put the work in the rest of your life.
Yeah,
But eventually, it just becomes second nature. You just wake up and that's what you do.
yeah. Mind over matter, and
Yeah.
I do think that it's like who you associate yourself with, or people you be around, or even places you
Absolutely.
be at, because
People, places, and things.
triggers can be as easy as just smelling it. Well, for me, around alcohol, I'd be like, I'm fasting or something. Now I smell it, or even hear the top pop, like,
or watch TV.
it's like, holy shit. Like, hold on. You know what I'm talking about, nigga.
The season is about to change. It's getting nice out. Cookouts.
Yeah. Nah.
The simple stuff. It doesn't really.
City be going wild when that weather changed.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, just driving past the place. The weather's nice. Roll your window down. Or, you know, if it's the bad shit, it's getting nice out. So, you know, I'm okay to sleep under a bridge now because it's not winter. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Damn, yeah, that's crazy. Shit.
It's fucked up.
It is, though. It is, but it's mind over matter, though.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like you said, how did you explain it? Like, they do the hard work. Yeah.
They're doing all the heavy lifting. We're just there to kind of, you know, spot them, make sure just not gonna fall on them, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
And, you know, we kind of talked about this a little bit before we came in here. You know, some places are complete abstinence, no alcohol, no weed. You know, I'm kind of on the fence with that a little bit with weed.
There's harm,
but I mean,
there's also harm reduction models where you're talking about like, let's, you know, not us right away give up everything, but like, let's, you know, kill the harder stuff first and then work on the other things if that's a thing. You know,
weed too recreational. It's just let that shit go.
But I mean, I've seen weed cause a lot of life problems too. Like, because, you know, if you're on probation, you're still smoking, they're gonna keep you on probation.
True.
This is this is the most fucked up shit. I have had more people lose their kids and end up in prison over fucking weed than I have heroin or meth.
You talking about to this day or just back in it?
Just now, recent.
Still, because probation still
now.
don't really play on that. Like, if you're on probation, you can't, if it's recreational.
Yeah.
Didn't they just legalize weed?
No.
If they've legalized alcohol too, but you can't drink while you're on probation.
Well, yeah.
That's
It's the same laws as alcohol. Like, people be like, weed's legal. No, homie. You can't have it in your fucking car. You can't drive while you're fucking high. You know what I mean?
You mean on probation or just in general?
Or in general, yeah.
Well, I know driving while you're high, they make it that as like OVI now.
OVIs.
Oh, yeah.
We have more. I've got more people. I'm telling you what. I'm so fucking sick of the young ass potheads I got to deal with. They're all on my caseload, and they come in there mad as fuck, and they're young, and they're dudes, and they're potheads, and I got to deal with their attitudes every fucking
Like, it's just weed. Like, cool, but weed's causing you some problems.
But listen,
Like,
I feel like,
motherfucker. Yeah.
and those are the ones.
I had a guy who his wife was gonna. This seems really weird. His wife was gonna leave him because he wouldn't stop smoking weed, and then she did leave him because he would not stop smoking weed. Like, if you're gonna give up your marriage for something, this is something wrong with it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's deep.
I've had people lose their kids, CPS.
All right.
But they will not stop smoking weed for 6 months. They're like, it's not a drug. If it's not a drug, then quit because you're losing your fucking kids. So, I mean, in some aspects, it is.
Right. That depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's another mechanism, like numbing shit, like you said. Like, whether it's like weed is like make you chill and all that shit.
Yeah.
Man, motherfuckers be putting too much money in the weed. Like, that. I can't even deal with
then when
weed.
you get past the part where we don't need to numb it, like, let's talk this shit through so it's something that you don't have to worry about.
People don't know how to handle their own emotions. You put a mirror to their face, they can't deal with that shit.
But that's what we're here for. That's part of this too. Like, let's talk this through. You know, I mean, like,
bottom line.
Why do you feel like you need to put something in you to feel better? Why can't you just deal with shit? You know, what I mean, like, it's rough.
Dealing with shit,
society,
dealing with reality is scary as shit.
It is.
Yeah. I don't want to even face my own shit. I mean,
yeah, I'm right there with you.
I don't want to face your shit either. I mean, you just keep talking to me all the time.
Like, I got to deal with my shit all day long.
So you couldn't survive in the daytime. You had to go night school on them.
Dude, my bosses can't handle me. They just recently put me on first shift, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, we had to tell them, you know, mommy and daddy had to get a separation.
Everything is gonna be okay.
See her on the weekends. And
Right. Every other weekend.
You gotta see me in there trying to run a group, knowing that the bosses are watching the camera. I'm like, okay, don't say fuck. Don't cuss anybody out. Don't call anybody stupid. I mean, it's like, you know.
You got a checklist.
Right.
So, like what
I have
not to do.
Like, literally check myself every morning. I walk in that door because the
Yeah.
bosses are there in the morning.
Yeah, no, I get it. But then you in your own element, that's what make people gravitate towards y'all and call it like you see it.
Being real about some shit. That's what Kim brings to the table for sure.
Yeah, like I said, the imbalance of yin and yang is y'all two. I love it.
Fucking mess.
Definitely a shit show. For
Man. Well, look, I appreciate y'all on the platform. I appreciate y'all transparency, being honest. I feel like I had to be honest with some of my situations and conversations. Man, I would love to have y'all on again. Prayers and blessings. I want to see y'all first episode of the podcast, the shit show.
Yes.
No hotline. We gonna
No, maybe not the hotline. No,
Nah,
it's
I'm
just a
playing.
shit show.
I'm playing with you.
Yeah, man, you know.
But yeah, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast. Y'all keep dreaming, and we are out.
Peace.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast.